Sure, I know it's been a bit of a frustrating run, I guess, with the results. I mean, exciting fights for sure, but not the results, I guess, that you want. I guess, what have you been able to kind of take out of it?
It's fighting at 205 is something that I did in my UFC debut, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for as long as I can remember. I've been at 85 for a long time, and the weight cut was kind of starting to weigh on me, and I felt like I needed to make some kind of change, and I'm still have some weight to lose, but nothing like I had to before. So I took the lessons that I took from those fights, the experiences in the cage, and the things that I needed to work on, and it's been a pretty crazy ride, but so have the best rides that we've seen in life. So I ride the wave.
I love it. When you talk about it, the challenges, was it more mentally taxing or physically taxing on you to get to 85?
Physically taxing. I would say, I have a pretty strong mind when it comes to a lot of physical effort. Back coaches are always telling me to pull back. If I'm going too hard in a training session, then you've been going hard for a little while. You need to kind of pull back a little bit. So I'm no stranger to actually having to push my body a lot physically. But I would say just mentally, so much of my camps were just focused around making the weight. Like, I would lose so much weight during the camp, and then I'd have to lose even more on fight week. And I'm just like, I'm not going to lie. The UFC needs a 195-pound division. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be great at 205. I think I'll be champion at 205. But that being said, that's the ideal weight class for guys who are like me, and there are plenty of guys who are sort of like in-betweeners that could make 195 that are too big for 185 and, having to fight really big guys at 205. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I'm a guy who likes same-day weigh-ins, to be honest. I know that sounds crazy, but it's fighting. Like, you fight the guy who weighs the same as you. I don't like these games that they play with the weight cutting, and some guys, we all know people are still using IVs and diuretics and all these things and still getting away with it. But at the end of the day, I'm a true martial artist. I'm a purist. I don't really like the weight cut stuff anyway. So this works a lot better for me.
I love it. So I was going to ask, the way you're talking, it sounds like this move is definitely permanent. Is it kind of a let's see how I feel, or is it like, no, this is definitely where we're competing?
This is where we're competing.
I like it. Let's talk about the matchup that you have in front of you, Zach. Here you're going up a weight class. He's coming down, right? When they said, hey, we're going to give you a former heavyweight, did that deter you at all?
No. My first fight in the UFC was against a former heavyweight, a guy that had come down, and no big deal at all. He has to weigh the same as me on weigh-in day, so that's all that really matters.
Can you physically feel the difference right now as you're sitting here a couple days out?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's funny because when you have to cut a lot of weight, a lot of your mind is on the weight cut, but now a lot of the mind is just like either on the fight or just trying to be, empty and like, okay, I don't have to really think of anything right now. All I have to do is show up, and that's what's most important, keeping calm and staying relaxed and showing up and doing my job.
The last thing for me, how are you viewing this fight? Is this something to right some wrongs, or is it like a fresh start because of the division? How are you looking at this one?
I guess you could look at it as a fresh start, but I am undefeated in this weight class. I am undefeated in the UFC at this weight class. So for me, it's just a return home a little bit.
Hey, Jordan, how's it feel to be in the co-main event?
I honestly didn't even know I was in the co-main event until a few days ago, so that's pretty cool. A lot more eyes on me, a lot more intrigue. It's pretty cool seeing guys like Jim Miller and Ovin St. Preux on the card as well, and then being like, wait, why aren't you guys in the co-main event? I guess you guys like me. You really like me. So no, it's awesome. Thing I have to get used to.
Finally, for me, do you feel like you're fighting for your job on Saturday?
Yeah, but yeah. There's always pressures, but I can handle it.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.